All right, welcome to Long Beach. Marco and I just drove up from San Diego. It's 7 a.m. Just hit this coffee shop, got some espresso, obviously, and are about to head over to Long Beach Rising. We're actually doing 2 clinics today. Comp style clinic in the morning for 5 hours, and then a training clinic in the evening. In between the 2 clinics, I'm gonna do my whole hangboarding routine on the new tension hangboards that they just sent over. So psyched to show you guys those. And also just play around on all the stations that the homies at Long Beach Rising set up and kind of give you a behind the scenes look at what one of our clinics looks like. Boom, that is what we call a station. Marco's making some adjustments here. We are pretty psyched. We got our documents, getting properly scientific with this one. I wrote one about flow and visualization, and Marco wrote a whole thing about maximizing recruitment, somatic nervous system. So, time to study up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Successful clinic.
Sides. Let's go.
1 down, 1 to go. But before we get started on the next one, Tension Climbing, link in the description below, has very generously sent me all 3 of their brand new hangboards. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm gonna show you guys my hangboarding routine and kind of just share a little bit about my hangboarding philosophy. We're also gonna do a giveaway for one of these hangboards. All you gotta do to enter is comment on this video which of the 3 boards you'd be most psyched to win, and follow them on Instagram as well as myself. Both of those links are in the description. And then call it next Friday, I'll pick a winner and we'll get you the board of your choice and ship it to your house. Looking forward to seeing which boards you guys are most psyched on. We got the Grindstone Mark II, the Whetstone, and then the Hone Stone. Boom. Will at Tension was saying they designed the pockets on this guy to be just hands down the most comfortable pockets you could possibly hang on. And they did exactly that. They're like actually so freaking comfy. And then we got the mono on this one, along with some pretty insane sloper profiles. So this is 35 and this is 45 here, but it also has these little ridges to help help you engage all the muscles you actually squeeze with when you're grabbing slopers. So it's not just like pure friction. There's a actual component of like squeezing and grabbing. And then obviously you've got all the grips you need. 8, 10, 15, 20. The middle rung, which actually I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's like 22 or something like that. I could be very wrong. And then this is the grindstone, which is just very solid all around board with kind of a juggier rung up top. I'm gonna go do my hangboard routine. Normally I do this kind of before climbing, but since I've already climbed, I'll kind of just get into it a bit quicker than I normally would. And beyond like this routine that I'm about to share, obviously everyone's gonna have different needs and shouldn't be doing any of this stuff if you have like underlying finger injuries and stuff that you need to heal up. But I also like just hangboarding in my warm-up and find that it's really helpful for me to get V10 warm basically off the wall before I even put my climbing shoes on. So I'll hang on a tension board and just make sure my fingers, I've kind of checked off all the boxes in terms of warming up my fingers, and then I'll get on the climbing wall and try and kind of warm up the mental side of things to match that physical side of things. And that way I find I can execute better on the wall and I don't have to be worrying about straining a finger or anything as I start to pull on harder and harder climbs, because I know I'm just fully warm. So I definitely would recommend incorporating some sort of hanging, whether that's a hangboard or just like hanging on grips that are on the wall or like on a spray wall or something like that into your warm-up, just because I think it builds a lot of confidence and you can kind of target different weaknesses and types of holds you are psyched to get better at. So with that being said, let's get into it. And make sure to comment on the video and follow Tension on Instagram to enter the giveaway. One really cool thing about the whetstone one is that these bumps are meant to evenly weight your fingers, so it's just more comfortable to hang on. I gotta chalk this bad boy up. My hangboarding routine is the following. This routine is something that Zach DiCristino suggested I start doing a couple months back, and it was kind of part of a basic strength routine. For now, we're just doing max weighted hangs, 10-second holds, then rest for 10 seconds, do that 4 times, and then rest for 3 minutes, and repeat 4 times. And we'll do those in half crimp and 3-finger drag. Obviously, for any hangboarding routine, you want to be really cautious of your fingers. I am not a PT or hangboarding specialist, so I'm just sharing what I do and what's felt really beneficial for me. Consult some more thorough resources before just dumping straight into loading your fingers. What I will recommend is incorporating a little bit of light hangboarding into your warm-up, getting your fingers warm and healthy in a variety of different grips and everything. So something I'll do in my warm-up and something I'll do right now before I add weight to my hangs is just like 5 or 10-second hangs, kind of in a variety of like pockets, slopers, half crimp, 3-finger drag, kind of targeting any weaknesses that I feel. So like 3-finger drag used to be really hard for me, and this workout actually helped a lot with that, and now I can pull the same 3-finger drag as I can half crimp. So just kind of being aware of that and incorporating that into your warm-up, I think could be a good thing, as long as you already have a solid amount of climbing experience and you're not pulling on really, really tiny holds. So I'll do my hangs right now on the 20. Climbed yesterday and don't need to do anything crazy. Obviously you want to do like kind of a benchmark test first and see what your max weighted hangs are for half crimp and 3-finger drag, and then you can see how that progresses. Alright, I'm already pretty warm. I'm just gonna get straight into the weighted hangs. When I first started doing these, I was doing them with 60 pounds total, and then after 3 weeks, started doing them with 80, just because my fingers were getting a lot stronger. The way to determine your max hangs at the beginning is however much weight you can hold, where by the end of the 4th set, you're like failing basically. So you're doing 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 10 seconds on, and then you're failing. And then by the end of like 3 weeks of doing that twice a week, my like 3-finger drag was way stronger, and so was my half crimp. At the beginning, I would just do 3 total sets, so 10 on, 10 off, 4 times, and then rest for 3 minutes, and then do that again, rest for 3 minutes, and then do that again. And then each week, it added another set. So 2nd week, do it 4 times, 3rd week, 5 times, and then once I was at 5 times, then I just kept it at 5. So 5 half crimp, 5 3-finger drag. Simple as that. Now I rest for 3 minutes, and we do it 2 more times for week 1, then it'd be 3 more times for week 2, and 4 more times for week 3. Not gonna show all of them because you don't need to see that. You get the point. So I'll just skip to 3-finger drag. And if you haven't done 3-finger drags before, you might just need to do it with a lot lower weight to be healthy and kind of build up that strength, and that's totally okay. Alright, now 2 more sets of that, and we're done. So pretty simple. And if you're just consistent with that, it's a great way to build some finger strength safely, of course. You never want to be doing any of this stuff if your fingers are feeling tweaky, or if you have pre-existing injuries you haven't taken the time to properly re-strengthen with other like loading tactics like isometric hangs, or hangs with weight taken off, or just some more like injury prevention methods like that. The pockets are actually so ridiculously comfy. Like I cannot describe it. You just need to hang on them, but they just fit your finger so freaking perfectly. And the double finger pockets are even better.
Myofascial release.
Smile into the pain. Breathe.
Accept the misery.
I'm not sure about this. Brain dead? This one's a little far-fetched. Kyle, I don't know what you're doing, but... Nah, just kidding, it's sick. Alright, we just finished up the session, coaching the 2nd session.
It was pretty sick.
It was really sick.
I had a great time.
It's honestly so rewarding. At the end of both sessions we did little reflections with everyone, and the 15 kids for the morning session, maybe like 7 or 8 of them, were talking about breathing and just intentional temps on the wall and really making the most of their warm-up. So, and then everyone else was also talking about really advanced topics, so it was cool to hear just that level of Marcus trying on that same cap. That's kind of sick. Check it out.
Hey guys, rate the hat. Be honest. On a scale from 6 to 20, where does this hat land? 20 being amazing.
So just cool to hear all those reflections, and then same thing with kind of the older group of people that came in for the training clinic in the afternoon. Just went over a ton of tips and tricks around our training and kind of the habits and intentions that we look to bring to our own sessions. Psyched that everyone came out, and psyched that we could host it here in Long Beach, and psyched that tension sent over those boards and I could get a crazy good hangboarding session in the middle of the day. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Enter the giveaway, obviously, if you haven't done that. just comment below which of the 3 boards you want. And follow Tension Climbing and I on Instagram. And we'll send you a board. We'll send every single person who does that a board. Just kidding, we won't do that. Just one person that I'll pick next Friday. Yeah, all right, peace.
Again with the sparkling water.
The last video, people were anti-sparkling water. I was psyched.
Good for you guys. You guys can all go hang out.
If I'm gonna get sparkling water,
Look at this.
I might as well just get kombucha, and then it's like
The more you hate it, the more I love it. That's the difference.